Beautiful day here in Hollandale Beach. The weather has cooperated. Hope to see you out here. Humidity's down a little bit. Beautiful sunny day. You can see all three of our courses out there. The turf is coming. It'll be here sooner rather than later, and we're really looking forward to that. But we'll get back to it in the lightning round, but just a quick mention. What a powerhouse card we had yesterday. 3 stakes, and all eyes are on Ben Tornado and the Dr. Fager, and boy, he did not disappoint.
Yeah, we talked about it in the paddock, and he made a pretty good reference, which is a big one, but just kind of looked like Forte out in the paddock. Just how he grew 10 inches and looked about 5 feet taller than the rest of the field, and he ran like it, too.
He sure did. He was amped up out there, and he delivered, and he was about 15 lengths faster than the girls ran in race number 5. The beauty of these races, you can kind of compare them a little bit because they're both at 6 furlongs. I know it's early, and we always like to think ahead and things like that. To me, and you and I talked about this, Ben Tornado looks more than just a Florida bred to me.
Yes, most definitely.
So we'll see Jose D'Angelo and the team, and, of course, welcome back as well. They swept the division yesterday.
Yeah.
Golf clap to both of them, time passage as well. And we'll revisit in the lightning round, but just a look back. But always a look ahead as well in the 9-race card here today on Sunday. Rainbow Six kicks off in race number 4, and you can see that $50,000 gross jackpot guarantee. It will grow and build very, very quickly. We'll have a ticket coming up on that. But the early pick 5 kicks off in race 1. We're about 56 minutes to post. We do scratch the 3, Biana Luna, out of this race for 2-year-olds. We'll take a look at my ticket now. Not a very spready kind of ticket for me today. $16. That worked yesterday, so we'll just double back right around here.
A winner, too.
Yeah, not too bad, right? So I have Bianca Luna, and that's why it's 16 and not 24. 4 deep in race number 2 with the 6. She Will Ghost You on top. I know Samantha likes her as well. In race number 3, 23 is your order, emergency response. In race number 4, the 5, Poema on top for me. I'm not going to try to beat her. You'll know where to find her. She'll be in front in there. And then in race number 5, the 9, Vito's Brother, is my best bet of the day. Be a very, very short price, probably even money, 6 to 5 in there. So we got to get some value elsewhere, and that's why we'll single at the end, and hopefully we can get some value there. And again, the 4th race is the Stormy Embrace, is that overnight stakes as well. So it's a $16 ticket. Let's get into the opener here. These are the 2-year-old fillies. We'll go 6 furlongs on a fast main track. As I mentioned, the 3, Biana Luna, is out of here. Samantha, you go. Is that the outside, all the way to the outside with the first or Derby gift?
I do, and not really something that I prefer with 2-year-olds.
It's not your move.
No, and when I first watched this work video, I wasn't too keen on her, and then I looked at the rest of the field, and she looks a little bit better. We'll go ahead and pull it up. This is a Derby gift here. She worked 10 flat, which this was surprising to me, Brian, because watch how much she begins to lug in. Now, at the beginning, it's a bit worse, but then on the gallop out, it's almost like she's scraping the paint there. You see her, but right before that, she really kind of leveled off in a good way. Now, around the turn, she was lugging back in pretty bad. Good work to the rider that day at the sale. She only sold for $30,000, but I like these Kozan fillies, and I feel like in a field like this, Brian, if she can, you extrapolate this information, if you can take the 10 flat, she'll fit here. Yeah,
if she can run just a little bit, she's going to fit in here. That's for sure. I went with the 2 Taurus Style, maiden special weight dropper. I think that in a field like this, that is huge. A second-time starter, so we get experience. Hector Diaz Jr., who I know you like a lot, and he's done a very good job down here. We know him quite well now. He sticks aboard, and this horse to me wouldn't shock me if this horse goes favorite. I mean, this is a huge drop in here.
It is, and although that race is not very strong, that the horse is coming out of Miss Athletic, she's maybe run about 7 times and still has yet to break the maiden, but still, it is a huge drop in class, especially horses like this.
Yeah, without a doubt. Church Girl down inside for you, and then I've got a little interest in What's Up Buttercup. Seems like a little bit of a tricky race. Let the tote maybe guide you. First time starts with this. The 7 is very early in the betting, but the 7, Hermosa Muir, is 6 to 5 right now. I didn't make this horse at all, but we'll have to see.
Yep, I didn't either. She sold in the June sale this year. I'm not a fan of how she looks, quite frankly, at all.
No, and she's sold for 15 as a twirling candy. She's 15 to 1 in here to me. So we'll see. I mean, again,
it's
early in the betting. Early pick 4 time in race number 2. We're going a mile and 16th on the Topita fillies and mares. 3-year-olds and up in here, never won 2. The tag is 35. As I mentioned, early pick 4. We'll take a look at Samantha's ticket now.
Yep, and it's a bit condensed as well, Brian. Just some strong opinions, especially in this first, my best bet. We'll get to this in just a second. Race number 3, the 6 on top for me. That is Decisive Pride, and it's my long shot of the day. Well, won't be so much a long shot anymore with 2 scratches out of that race. Race 4, the 2 on top, Don't Get Cozy. And in race number 5, a maiden $25,000 level race, the 6 Dixie Preach on top for me. And I've got your Vito's brother as well. He's burning me a bit. But
well, I don't disagree with that.
Yep.
I don't disagree with that. And we'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah.
But, boy, there's just nothing in there.
No.
That is for sure.
I agree.
All right. She Will Ghost You, the 6. You played her last time.
Oh,
She was your
yeah.
long shot. She ran very well for Jerry O. Now second time back, and I think she's going to be a problem for these girls.
Yeah, let's watch the race.
Take a look
This
at it,
was the first time in the barn of Jerry O'Dwyer. Was coming out of some much stronger races at Turfway Park, including the Bourbonnette Oaks, which is Botanical, who ran all right in the Kentucky Oaks. But there's She Will Ghost You, the 4, and she's just really grinding them down. Now, I think she was just a little bit behind the 8 ball this race. Think she'll be closer this time. I hope she is. She was just barely nosed out for second place. And that winner, our Rosé All Day, that horse I kind of like had to win for Safi.
She's okay. Yeah. So this is an easier group. She does have to be closer. You're not going to loop them from the
Yes.
back on the Topita. So it's a tighter field today, a 6-horse field, and I think Sonny Leone will do a good job, I should say. Nothing against him last time at all. She just got run off her feet a little bit.
Right.
I would hope she's a little bit closer on earlier. We got the same exacta here with the 4 Neo Gem. We haven't seen her in a bit, but she was threatening. She had some trips. She finally broke through last time.
She did, and in a big way, too.
Yep.
Then she goes right to the bench. So a little questionable,
A little bit.
but she did run well on the Topita 2 starts back.
Yeah, and it's Ruben Sierra, and everything he sent out has been
Is
so live.
big, yes.
And Neo Gem comes back for 35. She's not in for 12.5.
Right.
She's not in for 8. So I don't really worry about it that much. You know, it took her 5 starts to break her maiden. She did it for 50. Wasn't in for a tag, but it was an optional claim. I
Yeah.
just kind of feel like this is the right spot.
Yeah,
for-
definitely.
yeah. Race number 3 will go a mile and 16th again on the Topita here. 12.5 maiden claimers, 3-year-olds and up. Very few scratches today. Pete doesn't have a lot to do upstairs,
Yeah.
but this is the only other scratch race. The 5 and the 7. Arte de Guerra and Dunkel are out of this race, and that's it for the day. We've got 1 in the first and 2 in the third, and that is it. Talk to me about the 6, Decisive Pride. Long shot?
Yeah.
Big number here.
Yes, I don't think it'll be like this.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I thought I was getting crafty, but I'm not going to sneak this one by anybody now. And I don't think I was maybe going to get 20-1. This is a horse that he comes from the Ruben Sierra barn, like you just mentioned. Everything he's sending out, they're so live. Just the 3rd time now for this horse going 2 turns. I just think that was a very, I don't want to say, I prefer the jockey switch here. I think it's a solid move to Edwin.
I agree. I agree. This horse showed a little life last time
did.
too. If you're if you're watching the figures, you're low to mid 20s and then bumps up to a 46. It was a fast race for the level. Obviously, we have to turn the tables on emergency response. Who's sitting up there at evens on the line? But this is a major. You get Edwin aboard here. That is a huge deal from an apprentice. That's a big move.
Right.
I've got nothing clever to add here. Emergency response was probably supposed to win last time. If nothing else, I think maybe now the race 2 back we can kind of get past, and he's a likely winner in here. But we've said that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, well, let's watch the replay because you can see it for yourself. This is why he's very hard to trust.
Roulette's in here too.
Yes, he is. Now, Green Millennium in the front end was just whoosh, smoking. Roulette at a big price, 11-1 there was the 10 horse, and Emergency Response was never going to get to Green Millennium, but Emergency Response, like you said, there's probably been about 3 times he should have won and has not.
So here's the thing with Emergency Response. He's going to run his 64 buyer, or it is his 17 or whatever, on the sheets, and one of these days it'll be good enough. It might darn well be good enough today because there's not a lot going on in here. But again, when you're taking a short price, even money, probably be lower than that, it's a little tricky, and that's why you're allowed to look elsewhere a little bit with some interest on the 3 Travel Guide, and then Roulette. Roulette ran well down there. He is what he is, and Joe Orsino's got him, I think, going in the right direction. He'll get a piece in here. as well. But I like it. Long shot, you're still going to get a square price.
I think
don't know
so.
what, yeah, and the scratches are not going to affect the odds all that much. So
I hope so.
hope so.
We'll see.
Real long shot, not an
average shot.
Not an average shot. There
Yeah.
we go. All right, 3 down, 6 to go. We'll take a break here on Gulfstream today. When we come back, Rainbow 6 time, $50,000 in the gross jackpot guarantee.
And they're off.
My Racehorse has opened up a door for people that felt like that door would have never been opened for them.
We can all be owners and we can all get that excitement.
You can meet your horse through the different experiences and all of the events that My Racehorse puts together. You get that hands-on connection.
Whether you have $50 or $500, everyone that joins My Racehorse gets that experience of a lifetime.
I love My Racehorse. Let's go.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you. We wrap up the 3-day race week here. A beautiful Sunday. Come on out. We got football. We've got horses. Got a lot going on here and a lot of excitement. And we've got a Rainbow 6 that kicks off with the feature as well, because race number 4 is the Stormy Embrace $60,000 overnight handicap. Let's take a look at my ticket. $50,000 in the gross jackpot guarantee. It's the old 2160 here, 2 deep in the feature here in race number 9. Again, my best bet, Vito's brother. Try to get some value by singling in there. In race number 6, the 6, Gentleman Jerry. In race number 7, the 5, Sharp as Can Be. Now that is my long shot in there, 15 on the morning line. Yeah, and race number 8, we go with the 5, Old Minxie. I think Minxie might get loose today. I take it back. My long shot is in race number 9, Granted Success, the 4. We're going to call this one the other Jose D'Angelo, an angle that has worked pretty well in the past. We'll try it again here. 2160 for me, and as I said, and as I mentioned, it kicks off with a very fun race, the Stormy Embrace here. We'll go 6.5 on a fast main track, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. We've got a field of 7 entered, and you're on the comebacker. Don't get cozy.
Yeah, but 144 is what Brian's Rainbow paid yesterday, by the way. Yeah.
Not bad.
No, not at all. It was a small
$32
ticket.
ticket, I think.
Yeah, see.
There we go.
So
Build the bankroll.
Exactly, yeah. Any little bit helps, especially when Del Mar's mandatory payout day. Yeah, don't get cozy. I like the cutback here.
She better hustle.
She better. Okay, it's not that I think that she's the likeliest winner, but I do think that the races that she's exiting are just worlds better than this group here today.
I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Exactly. And I just was hoping maybe on a class edge that this is a horse that she comes back here. She's back to the sprinting now. Maybe this will be what it takes for her, but she hasn't won in a long time.
Yeah.
About over a year and a month ago.
I mean, I got her in second. She's on all my tickets. I just think she's in a tricky spot today. Those last 4 races are at 2 turns, okay?
Right.
So she's got solid 1-turn form, don't get me wrong, but we haven't seen her since June 10th. She's been routing. So now, not only has she been routing, but now you got to catch Poema, who's doing her thing again. And sadly, Larry Bates passed away, and Joe Catanese has taken over, and he's done a good job with her. But Larry really got Poema back. I mean, Poema, early on, or summer of 2022, Poema was just a speedball, and then it just went away, and she lost her fastball. And to Larry's credit, again, before he passed on, that he did a really good job getting her back to her best, and Joe's done a good job, too. She's fast, and she's going to string these gals out.
Yes. Winless at the distance, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, it's a tricky distance.
It is.
6.5 is a tricky distance. She runs as hard as she can, as fast as she can, and I think that's probably going to be enough today.
Yeah.
Don't get cozy, though. Certainly a major player. You mentioned the class. You just look at those races she's coming out of. The Monmouth Stakes races, our Royal Delta with the Classy Edition, and those are just big-time races.
Yeah.
So she is clearly the main danger. Sophia Storm maybe can pass. So you've got her actually. You're just dead set against Poema today. I didn't realize that.
I didn't realize that either, and it's not like I'm that have a bone to pick with her. I don't know. I think somebody's going to pick her up late is what I was trying to go for.
I could see it. Poema's the type of horse that even if she doesn't win, she's going to lay waste to everybody that's chasing her, so it could set it up for Don't Get Cozy, to be sure. Those are the two. I think the gap to the rest of them are pretty big here. Late pick 5 in race number 5. I'll be interested to see where you go, because to me it's Vito's Brother or it's a lot of them. It is a $25,000 maiden claimer for the 2-year-olds, 5.5 on a fast main track. We'll take a look at your ticket and see how you lined it up.
Yeah, this is a solid late pick 5, too. I'm excited for this because I like the maidens in this sequence. Maybe we can make a lot of money or maybe lose it. We'll see. Punch it a couple times. We'll get to this race in just a second here. Race 6, the 7 on top for me. Storm Brave for Victor Barboza. Race 7, I absolutely love this race today. I'm going to crush it. I'm going to probably get you to bet it as well. The 7 on top, Get Frosty for me. Race 8, the 1 on top, Olga. And in the finale, the 8 horse, Light Crude on the drop for
Best bet?
No.
Okay.
She Will Go. She's my best bet.
Oh, that's
Jerry
right.
L,
That
yeah.
was, okay.
But
I like it.
this is a good one to kick it off here. You can look at him
$18
too.
there, yeah. And we can see him behind us. But this is a good one as well. So you did add a little flavor with Dixie Preach. But you do have Vito's Brother on top. This is my best bet of the day. There's nothing sexy here. This horse probably going to be about even money. I think you got to get value trying to spread earlier or spread later to see. Blinkers come off. I like that. I love this post as well. It just maybe will be a little more settled today.
Let's pull up the replay.
Okay. He's supposed to win last time. I get it.
I know.
I get it.
It was so frustrating because the past 2 times he's been in this situation and he's run down by Big Toby, Dave Fox trainee that ran exceptionally well. Now, Dixie Preach is the 6 here. I want to mention that's my top pick. Running on. Now, that was Dixie Preach's first start. Vito's Brother has had 3 chances now. I just felt like Dixie Preach maybe has some.
He's got upside.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, Vito's Brother can win here. I'm not saying he can't, but those 2 moves he's been pulling where he's at the top of the stretch and he's in front, it's like he's waiting on a horse, which maybe the blinkers off is something that conversely can help that.
Yeah, because, I don't know, he got a little run-off-ish last time.
Yeah.
And, again, he's supposed to win. I get it, but I like this post, and I got to be honest with you, I like the rest of the other 9 horses because I don't know. This is it for Vito today. Okay, this is it. You got to win today, or I'm not interested with you. Dixie Preach, you mentioned. I get it. There is a lot of upside here. Lionel Sticks didn't have a great beginning last time, so maybe he's a little closer. Early on, and then Kingy. I don't know where the Kingy race came from last time, but I will say this. If he feels like doubling back to it, he's not impossible.
Not at all. I know you're not a big jockey person either, though, but look who rode him last time and got the best race out of him.
Yeah,
And
Lionel.
then, look where Lionel is.
And Lionel sticks with Dixie Priest. Now, this Vasquez guy's no slouch either, so I don't think we have to worry about that.
No, exactly. Not at all. And that was a really good race. And the horse, this is his level.
Yeah.
So that's good.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Miguel will put him in the race early. Miguel,
Definitely.
I'm tongue-in-cheek because Miguel's as good as anybody we have in here.
Right.
And he's off to a very, very good start.
Oh, yeah.
At the meet as well. All right, late pick 4 time in race number 6, 1 1/16 on the Tapeta here. 3 and up, which I've never won 2. The tag is a quarter. We'll take down the 35 down to 25, excuse me. We can take a quick look at my ticket in here. It's $27. I didn't have anything to stand alone with because I just had my best bet. I thought some of these were spread races. I got my long shot in the finale. So there we go. $27. We'll kick it off here, as I mentioned, in race number 6. And this is a tricky race to me. I mean, there's 7 of them entered. It's a clean field, and I thought there were several different ways to go, and that's kind of how we're looking at it here. You've got Storm Brave on top.
I do. I love the post. I like that Lionel Reyes jumps aboard. Victor Barboza, you got a extreme price winner home from him on Friday, 24 to 1. This guy just came back. He's trying to kick me out of here, I think.
Lionel is 8% with Victor Barboza. That's impossible.
That is a bit concerning. And they didn't play they didn't play this horse last out either, which is also concerning. But again, I think this is a really good post in a field that I don't trust at all.
No, and that was a good race. Shane Carr last time, your old buddy, Lord Eddard Stark. Hey, that was Joe Orsino's 2000th career
It
victory,
was,
right?
yeah, the
Well,
dead heat.
Yeah, Lord Eddard Stark up the fence that day. And
ran yesterday, too.
yeah, that's right. So I get it. It's a good post. He's got speed as well. I went with the 6th gentleman, Jerry. Nothing super clever in here. Thought he ran okay. I will say this. For a 7-horse field, there does seem to be a decent amount of pace in here.
Surprisingly,
Right?
yes. Watch Gentleman Jerry. He's a bit naughty.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gelded.
Well, no wonder he is.
What else they can do?
Yeah.
The 3 classic Motown's got upside. He blasted him last time. Tapeta debut, 2 turns debut, is facing winners today.
A lot of good things going,
Yeah.
but that's one thing that is kind of maybe a knock off his back.
Yeah, and he'll be an underlaid price too,
Yes.
and he's got no real edge in here. I think he's a major player. All right, let's get to the 7th. I know you want to talk about it. It's a fun race.
It
These are
is.
2-year-olds now. The fillies were going 5.5 on a fast main track. There's a lot going on in here.
Yeah.
They're going to be behind us. Samantha will look at them. The 9-horse field. You are on the Safi Firster. It worked for you yesterday with your best bet. Get Frosty, a daughter of Frosted that they paid a pretty good number for.
They did. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of test time for you and our
boy.
viewers here, okay, guys? So what we're going to do is show the work video, Get Frosty, and then right after, if we can, guys, let's show the work video of Shining Sky. So these 2 worked in the same exact time, and I want you to tell me, honestly, what horse you would have preferred to buy.
All right.
All right,
let's take a
so
look
let's
at 'em here.
Get Frosty, daughter of Frosted. Actually, a really good-looking daughter of Frosted. She's not very big. Probably turf is in her future. She strides out
Strides out
well.
nicely,
Yep.
yeah.
83 degrees here. All right. So there was the 10-1. Okay, $72,000. Here's Shining Sky here. 67 degrees. So theoretically should be faster. And 10-1 here.
Good Frosty definitely looked like she was traveling
Right.
easier, more comfortably.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
And things can change, okay? So that was April. It's September. I get
Right.
it. But the discrepancy in the prices here between these 2 horses.
135 for Shining Sky and 72 for Get Frosty.
Yep. Shining Sky, to me, I think will be bet just because everybody loves to bet Eddie Please's horses. Sometimes I feel like they get better second, third
I don't
start.
disagree with that. He's 21%
Yeah.
first out, but he has popped with second-time starters like this that have been expensive purchases.
Exactly. And I think that will help. And I'm not saying that this was a bad purchase by any means, not at all. But I think that I'd like to wait and see on her and Get Frosty. Her work tab is eerily similar to the horse my firster yesterday that won. And they possibly could have been working together. I'll have to find out on that. I'm speculating. But this horse is drawn well today. Maybe not the best horse in general, but going to be the best horse today.
Yeah, this is an interesting race because there's horses they spent money on. Not a lot of pedigree going on here. Shining Sky's dam was unraced, but she was half to 5 that earned over 100 grand. It's her first foal, second foal for the Rock Hard 10 mare, Rock Hard Vixen for Get Frosty. Horse was 0 for 1. She was 0 for 4 on the racetrack. I'm stabbing. I think my horse is interesting. Sharp as can be. These Sharp Aztecas have run a little bit. Okay. They paid 85 for her. Dan was 0 for 2. It's her third fall. One of them raced. Wasn't much. Who's here? Lionel. And this is a winless barn. Kevin McCathan, only 0 for 13 on the year. Hey, knock on the door. Lionel, you want to ride? We might be okay here. That's all. I'm stabbing. No?
No.
Okay.
This horse worked. This horse worked 10-4 at the Fasting May sale. Now you don't see it on your paper here because the horse was withdrawn.
Right.
And has been withdrawn in 2 different sales this year. Many reasons can lead to that. I'm not even going to try to guess why, but the 10-4. If I wouldn't have seen the 10-4 work, I would have said, okay, I get what you're putting
That's
down.
slow. The horse that's going to be bet in here, and I can't possibly, Blythewood could go favored in here. I mean, she's a half to atomically.
Exactly.
Come on. The works are huge. Look at the August 12th Bullet. I mean, best of 107. If this horse is anywhere close to 8-1, run to the hills because
Something's up.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this is look out with Blythewood.
Yeah, and interesting. The one horse, De Regresso. So Texas Jim, I used to gallop her mom at, she had like ears like this. She was in like a storm when she was a baby, so she had like puppy dog ears. It was really cute, but she won first out. It was on the slop. Second dam, Jimswick Park. That is the dam of Scotland.
Oh, sure. Eugene Melton, of course.
So some precocity there. She's a big filly. I don't think she can win first time, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
It's a tote board race, to be sure. If you're playing the late pick 4, you can check on your double will pays.
Right.
Highly recommend it because there are a lot of first-time starters, and a lot of them have a license to be okay in here. So you want to see who's live and taking money. And the double will pays are going to be your best because we know how much the late money comes in. So check out your double will pays. Late double, speaking of which, in race number 8, State Breds, fillies and mares, 3 and up. We go 7 on a fast main track. A beautiful day here. You're down on the inside to Olga.
Yep.
Going to have to work out a trip from down there.
She will, and she's back with Florida Breds, which I like quite a bit. Only one tried the distance, and it was a second-place finish, but a distance that's not typically run quite a bit here, I would say.
It's a tricky distance.
It is. She's put together 2 really solid races. Black Belt Barbie yesterday, 3rd? 2nd.
Yeah, I mean, that was a race where we both had. It was my best bet, and you had the winner, too. She was loose, so I'm not going to beat up Black Belt Barbie that much.
So, and Great Analogy runs earlier in the card,
Yeah.
so we'll kind of gauge that. But I think that just being with Florida Breds again is going to help.
Yeah, old Minxie's in here as well. They're going to have to
Minxie.
catch her. And I know she tired last time, facing winners, facing Florida Breds. In a weird way, I kind of like her stretching out. I don't think she's going to have to run as hard early on today. I mean, she hummed last time and she was dueling, but they asked a lot of her, and autonomy was good that day. She's going to be tough to catch in here.
And with the 7 furlongs, and you probably feel the same, they kind of get a breather,
That's
I
what
feel
I'm
like.
saying,
So I think that she won't be so gunning, like just balls to the wall off the bat here. She can maybe get a little breather.
No, absolutely. And we've got some interest. Well, I've got your horse in there as well, Pacific Princess, who I come back to, who won for me last time. And I don't really see any reason why she doesn't have a huge chance to double up again today.
And Lasix comes back on, too.
Lasix. And the other thing as well is she beat Open Company last time.
Exactly, and that's huge.
Don't sleep on that either. So, all right, the finale, race number 9 here. We'll go $170 on the Tapeta, $25,000 maiden claimers, 3-year-olds and up. The tag is a quarter, and you were singling Light Crude on the drop, now or never.
It's got to be. This is a big drop, not the biggest drop.
Nope.
But a big drop. Blinkers come off. I like that move a bit for the Ralph Nix barn. Leonel goes on. Luca Panici, he's in Del Mar.
Luca's out in Del Mar.
Yeah, he's on in Del Mar. And maybe a couple live ones
like
today
Luca.
there for Bob Hess, which is interesting as well. Want to see him do well. But I think this horse fits here. I needed a little bit of leverage, and this is where I chose to get it.
Well, you're not going to be the favorite, so I'll say that.
Yeah.
That's the positive. Organist will be the favorite. I went with the other Jose D'Angelo. I mentioned it. This is my long shot. Granted, it's success. This horse was 3-1 on debut. Breaks dead last from an inside post. We're sprinting on a sloppy track, and what are we doing today? We're routing on Tapeta. Jose actually bumps this one up in class. By Kozan out of a Henny Hughes mare. Okay, it's not screaming 2 turns, but it's kind of sort of in there on the top at least. I think this horse is interesting today.
Hey, I'm not going to knock you on that. I've got him in 4th, but what's good about him is I prefer seeing the 7 furlongs as the leg up to the 2 turns versus like a 6.
7 furlongs is about as difficult as you can run on debut because you're just flat out the whole way.
Yeah.
So I think this horse improves. Now, Organist, here's the other reason too, okay? Now, maybe why you have a single and why I have a long shot.
Well, let's pull the replay while you're talking about Organist.
Yeah, Organist. You want to tell me Organist is 7-5 in here? I don't necessarily disagree with that. I just, come on, it's got to win something.
Yeah, this looked like he was just going to go right on by here, and he didn't. Yeah, Classic Motown won the race. We'll see him 3 races earlier, so maybe tab that race. But it was like as soon as the other 2 took off, he just threw in the towel, and
That was the big H right there.
Yeah.
And that was a hang. Yeah. That was, he hung in there. And that's not good, especially when you're a short number, especially when probably a lot of people are going to need him to end their horizontals at a short price. So I think this is a good spot to maybe be clever or do what Samantha's doing, maybe just narrow down on someone because Organist is very, very tough to trust.
Yes, definitely.
For sure. All right, 9 of them for you to wrap up the weekend, but it's lightning round time. And, we hinted at it earlier, but let's show you just what was going on yesterday because it was the first of 3 Florida Sire Stakes Saturdays here at Gulfstream Park. And it was the second race of the Sire Stakes, but we got to put Ben Tornado on top because, man, he was just awesome again.
He was. He just. I mean, I can't wait to see where this horse goes. He's not really been tested, so the future for him could be very bright.
He's an exciting horse, and of course, this is what we do in racing. We look ahead, and we've got a good, exciting 3-year-old sprint schedule here for Open Company, I'm sure. And I know Jose probably looking at the 7-furlong Florida Sire race next. But this, I think we both feel this. We said it before the race. I just feel pretty confident Ben Tornado is more than just a Florida bred. He could make a dent.
Yeah.
And against Open Company.
And you could see it in the paddock, too. Just he overlooked the field quite literally and figuratively. Just
he knew he was 2-5.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, here's his stablemate. Welcome back. Who, she looks like she has no idea what she's doing out there at all. Edwin Gonzalez, this was a 6-furlong race. Edwin Gonzalez rode 7 furlongs in this race. I mean, she didn't want to do anything. And to his credit, to her credit, too, she wanted to win, though. Look at her all over the place.
Yeah.
And a heck of a job by Edwin making her gut this out.
Yes, making her. That was, I think, if he could have gotten off at that point and carried her, he would have. She's just a big filly, a big girl. I have no idea how she went on the Tapeta, to be honest.
Yeah.
She grinded him down.
At 25-1 on the Tapeta. You didn't get that yesterday, so that was the first of the two. So Team D'Angelo sweeps, and congratulations to him and all the connection. Had a bunch of people out there. That were
it's
all,
good to see.
It's really good to see. All sorts of amped up. There's a good crowd here as well. And then last, because this is was the third stakes yesterday, the Soaring Softly, In Control, Time Passage. I'll tell you what, she got loose in here. Look at the fraction cell. She got loose because she had to earn it.
She did. She picked it up, too. Kept going. Even money. Yeah, she was.
That second quarter.
Yeah, that was solid.
Yeah.
She's a cool horse. This one is.
Yeah, and she's got so many different talents now, because we kind of thought maybe she was a one-turn horse, and then she ran and won it 2 turns last time, and now she's a stakes winner at 2 turns. She's got a lot.
And
going on.
she can do well on the turf as well. So there's just, like you said, there's so many options for her now.
Yeah, cool horse to own. She's got a lot of upside too. I think that was just her 13th career start.
Yeah.
Yesterday. As well. Best bet for you today? Oh, Jerry, right?
Yeah, Jerry O. She will ghost you. Golden Shaheen winning trainer.
I like it. Race number 5 for me. Vito's brother. At a short number, your long shot.
It is in the 3rd race, Decisive Pride.
Okay, I am all the way in the finale at 4:51 in the p.m. with the 4 granted success in that Tapeta route. So
hang around for his long shot, because he hammers him. I see it.
Hang around, and maybe we'll send everybody home happy. But Pete's upstairs to give you. He didn't have a lot to do today. Just 3 scratches on the card. We like that. We're 25 minutes away from the opener. Rainbow 6 in race number 4, $50,000 in the gross jackpot guarantee. A good card here on Sunday. We hope to see you out here, and we'll be back for the opener shortly.